They're fine. Kind of trading it, Laundry doing well. Top lane is doing much better than I expected for GG. Like, if you remember the last game on Visage, like 33 just completely destroyed them in the first couple of minutes. This has been already 3-4 lanes, 3-4 waves, and Visage isn't really dominating that hard. And also keep in mind that raindrops are about to come in. Like, usually if you're playing this hero, you want to get a kill or two before the raindrops, and they didn't manage to do that.
So we'll see how much that affects the lane, how much that affects the game moving forward, especially for XXS. If we see raindrops come out and pressure being put on by Gaming Gladiators, because, you know, the panel talked about it, it's usually the early game and that early mid-game that Gaming Gladiators work well with, so it'll be interesting to see how these first 10 minutes or so, first 15 minutes especially for Gaming Gladiators kind of come down, and if Extreme can bear with the pressure that'll be put on. But things very quiet.
Yeah, so far 0 kills, nothing really happening. I think you're happy with this if you're Gaming Gladiators. Like, the lanes are looking a little bit rough when it starts, and then when you ramp up, when you get some items, you are the team that should be able to force some fights early on. However, at the moment, you're happy with the status quo.
Static Link out there, as this is a problem for XXS, who's trying to run, but finally, Dyrachyo gets first blood, and it's going to be through onto this Visage. So, you talked about it. Raindrops come in, they get that kill. Dyrachyo might die to Zinq, But they got a kill on a Tofu. DY gets that. Xingqiu tries to Timber Chain away. He doesn't have a lot of mana, but does have 2 mangoes. So he'll turn around looking over at the Razor once again. The Visage coming back into play. And they will lose this Timber, and they still don't get the kill on the Razor.
Yeah, he used the Soul Assumption way too fast. He just instantly casted it, but yeah, just not enough of stacks on it. Also, keep in mind, he didn't go for Grave Chill this lane. I feel like that could have been useful versus Duracho earlier on. But this is a problem. Like, you got to the stage where they have raindrops. Yeah, sure, you can go on them. Maybe on Celery here, but he's just gonna tether away. So, another issue that you have is Visage here, too many heals. Like, the IO heals a lot, and because of that, like, you aren't able to zone Duracho out. He just chills in the lane and keeps on farming.
Definitely troublesome for this top lane, and they aren't getting these kills and this aggression that they would have liked. So, gotta think that maybe some of the idea is to just farm and maybe hope for, say, Ame to come over, because he is one of those carries that hits level 6 and he's ready to go.
Ace
He plays aggressive, and Ace almost giving up a lot of gold. They're actually turning around on Ame for a second. They've also got a DY in trouble, and he will fall to Ace thanks to that disruption thrown out by Tofu. So a little bit of revenge there for the side of Game and down bottom.
Yeah, they used the dive aggressively, and Tofu, he rotates back, catches the Phoenix. Nicely done by him. I love this promulgate and facet on Shadow Demon. It's pretty damn good. Like, overall, Shadow Demon for me is one of the stronger heroes at the moment, especially because he's very good versus some of these cores and supports that are being played. Like, you're good versus Wind Ranger, you're also pretty damn good versus Omni Knight. I'd like to see a bit more of SD. Plus his laning stage has just been buffed up super hard.
Static Link again onto the Visage. Duracho not afraid to chase pretty close to the tier 1 tower. There is a TP over from XM, doesn't have a lot of mana to work with, but does have 16 wand charges. They are going to get aggressive here. But how much does XM even get out of this? He TP'd into this top lane, and he's not getting anything.
Yeah, they have a lane ward as well.
This sentry is not going to see that.
Unfortunate, but very well played by Gaming Gladiators so far. The lane has been really damn good for them. Like, this is the best you can imagine when you're playing versus Visage. Like, you haven't lost the lane, and you pressured him, you killed him. Not something that usually happens.
You start to worry about